It's 2025 and the UX job market feels tighter than ever. Despite some gains, job postings are still down compared to the peak we had in 2021. And the number of designers applying has tripled. And if you've been sending out applications every week, every month, feeling stuck or hopeless, I get it. But here's the truth, no one's coming to save us. We still have to do everything that's humanly possible to get a job without losing our mental health. And the first tool that we need to pay attention to is our portfolios, because a portfolio is no longer a showcase, but it's our survival kit. And everybody is looking at our portfolios. Recruiters, senior UX designers, hiring managers, they all want to see two things, how we think and what we can do for them so they can pay us money. It's that simple. Hi, I'm Doreen, a UX designer with over 15 years of experience, and today I'm gonna be showing you what separates portfolios that get ignored from those that get interviews. Let's dive in. This is a slide presentation I created a few months ago when I presented a webinar here in Romanian for my students because, guys, I'm a UX design mentor and I want to help everybody get a job or catch client projects. So let's start off with the definition of a portfolio. Simply put, is a curated collection of case studies that demonstrates how you think, what exactly you can do, so you can convince recruiters and hiring managers and senior UX designers that you are a good fit for their company so they can pay you money. It's that simple. But the key quality for a designer is to solve problems through design, is to turn yourself into a problem solver who can ask questions, because the secret consists of asking questions. But we'll get to that later. Okay, guys, some important facts I want you to note down before we dive in. The portfolio is much more important than your CV. Basically, your CV has been replaced by your portfolios because we are technical people and we have to demonstrate exactly that we can create a project, design it in the best possible way around humans. Okay, that's why it's called human-centered designer, human-centered product. Okay, so you need to present yourself in the best possible way. It's not about you, it's about them. So it's about you, about them. Make it authentic, tell a story, don't rush. Take your time and enjoy the process when you create a portfolio. It's crucial to position yourself as the solution to the problem the client is facing. The ultimate goal of a portfolio is to sell your services, okay? So the hiring manager will appreciate as much as you appreciate yourself. Relax, don't stress when creating this portfolio. Okay, let's talk about a bit the job market versus UX designers. Let's give you some context about job market. As you probably seen in my previous videos here, the demand is much smaller than the supply. That means that the number of designers increased and the jobs decreased. So employers are more cautious when it comes to hiring because of the uncertainty that's going on here in the world right now. We have war in Ukraine, we have the economic situations around the globe. We have uncertainty. People are much more selective, are much more cautious. They don't want to spend their money. They don't invest anymore. The investors, the entrepreneurs are much more cautious. Okay, so employers, companies are very selective because they have 100 UX designers applying for the same job. And when you have many options, you afford to be selective, right? There are a lot of fake jobs right now in the industry. I'm not going to dive into details right now, but as you probably heard or seen, you applied for jobs and never heard of them anymore, right? Automation with AI, many jobs with repetitive tasks have been closed. Okay, they want to reduce cost, and that's understandable. If you have a business, you would know. Okay, we receive a lot of ghostings, and the thing with ghostings is like that. Let's say they sat down, they prefer a certain candidate, they like this guy or girl, and the reason they don't announce you anymore is because when this guy withdraws, let's say he don't want to work on this company anymore, they reject them, you are their second option. Let's say, I know it doesn't sound good, but if you If they like you, they don't tell you. And if this guy retreats or withdraws, uh, then they will call you. And that's why they don't reject you. They wait, okay? They put you in the line, okay? And a large part of jobs are not no longer in this mentality. A lot of UX designers are in the old mentality. They apply to a job and they wait for their response to get them to an interview, to call and say, hey, let's hear on an interview. It's not working like this anymore. Or they reply with that famous line on LinkedIn. They say, I'm interested. And they hope that something will happen. The recruiters will contact them. But it's not like that. You have to increase your chances of getting a job. You have to contact the recruiter, maybe with a letter, maybe with an original and human message, because we are humans in the end, and people like connections, like to work with people. And that's why you have to contact, not in an invasive way, but in a natural way. Hey, I'm a UX designer. I'm interested for that role. I have this experience. Let's talk. I appreciate your time and let's hear on an interview. What would you say? Something like that can make the difference. Believe me, guys. Okay, let's talk about the UX designers. Some of them, and many of them, as I talk with them in my mentorship programs, they began their journey in UX with the wrong mindset. They just want to tick off the job. They want to accomplish that. They take a course, they get a certification, and bam, job in tech. But we're not in 2015 anymore. It's not working like that. Okay, they lack energy and they're tired. They are frustrated, without hope. And I totally get it. When things go poorly, it's tough to act without results. They have unrealistic expectations. It's very easy to get a job in IT. I work remotely by the sea with my glasses on. Freedom. I enjoy the freedom. I sipping up a cocktail. You see a lot of videos on social media that propagates with this wrong idea. But let me tell you something. The liberty, the freedom comes when you have a lot of experience. And in that case, neither in that case. So they have low quality. They think that they did everything properly, but it's not about what you do, about case studies. It's how you do. It's how you present them, how you create an app in the best possible way. Okay. Okay, their portfolios are boring and they are generic. They all look the same with the same competitor analysis on a case study. They do a lot of competitor analysis based on a UI perspective, which is wrong. They have all of them, they have those shiny personas, beautiful layouts with no impact on the business. Because believe me, guys, when you say nothing about the business, and only about the users, remember that the business, the company will gonna hire you, not the users. So show business impact. So show some metrics, okay? But we're gonna talk later in the second part of this masterclass, because I forgot to tell you, this is a masterclass that consists of a 3 video series. And the first part here, we're gonna talk about recruiters, job market. On the second part, we're gonna analyze portfolios. And on the third part, we're going to talk about case studies. Okay. So stick with me in the end, share it with others who may need, like this video, subscribe to my channel because you don't want to lose important info. Okay. Okay. So, lack of networking. They don't know how to make connections, as I told you. They find excuses because I am an introvert. I find it very hard to contact people. Okay, don't worry, we're gonna get there. They give up too quickly because they have this mentality that they get a job very easily in IT. When they hit real obstacles and when they got rejected, they withdraw, they leave, and they abandon. Okay, so after 10 or 15 application, they give up. This is the answer. Okay, they have the nocebo effect, the opposite of placebo. When things go poorly, they think nothing will work anymore. And they have this mentality that nothing is going to work ever. They tried it all. What questions should a portfolio address? The first question and the most important one is, what is the concrete value, the value that you as a UX designer bring so that a company would be willing to pay for your work? That's the is all reducing to this question, okay? Second, what experience do you bring to the table? Provide insights about the clients, the industry, the size, along with the type of products. What services do you offer? Because recruiters ask, they read the job descriptions and they are wondering, hey, can this guy create usability testing? And if you are not laying out your services exactly, is it end to end UX? Is it prototyping? Is it UI design? What else do you know? Okay, so lay down your services in your portfolio. Believe me, is mandatory. What results did you achieve for these clients? Show some impact, some results. Show something. Okay, what challenges did you face? The problem. What evidences do you have about this problem? Okay, what is your process? Explain the essentials. Some summary, some evidence through arguments. Okay, what sets you apart? What makes you unique? Why you and not 100 other UX designers that are waiting? Okay, what is your story? Show some authenticity, the connection. But that is secondary. The primary thing that you need to focus on is, what are the results that you achieve? Okay, the clients, the type of products, the industries, how your work make a better world, made a better world for those clients. Okay, this is the primary thing you should focus on. Location, where are you right now? Is it Romania? Is it US? Is it India? Is it Spain? Can you come to the office? Do you work remotely? Are you accepting only remote jobs or something like that? Tell, okay, get rid of the ambiguity that is it in a recruiter's head. Okay, bring clarity over aesthetics. I've seen so many portfolios reviews here on YouTube that they say that this portfolio is not good because because the designer is using two types of fonts. Are you serious? Do you think this is a deal breaker for a recruiter or hiring manager that your portfolio is not with a gradient moving on huge typography? Of course, the UI design part has a huge impact. We all know that what we see, we are impacted, okay? But this is not a differentiator, okay? So bring clarity, focus on clarity rather than aesthetics. Okay, let's move on. Do I really need a portfolio? This is the question a lot of senior UX designers ask themselves. Why do I need? My experience speak for myself. I don't need it. Okay, if you are a senior and have 15 years of experience like I have or another designers, we don't really need a portfolio, not necessarily, but even in today's world, even senior UX designers struggle to find a job. Believe me. Okay? If you are a mid, definitely you have to have a portfolio. And if you are a junior, you really need a portfolio that demonstrates your skills. Okay? So take case studies, freelance projects, what is essential so you can convince employers that you are a good fit and you can work and deliver. Okay. Okay. The biggest mistakes designers make, they send their CV or LinkedIn profile without a link to their portfolio. And recruiter is looking at their profile, their LinkedIn profile, and say, hey, where has this girl her portfolio? Where is it? And they couldn't find and they move on to the next portfolio. Or either I've seen some other mistakes designers make. The link or their portfolio is broken or it's password protected. They keep it there safe, like it's something hard to find. It's their work. They fall in love with their work. Hey, if you want to get a job, let everybody see your work. Don't hide it. From the perspective of a hiring manager, the most frustrating thing is being unable to access your portfolio. You have only 1 or 3 or 4 seconds to grab attention, and you miss this opportunity, and then you wonder and cry and whine in pain because no one is gonna hire you. Seriously? So increase your chances, not decrease them. Make it visible, make it clickable without barriers. Many designers believe that their portfolio is not important, which is why they treat it very superficially and they expect good results. No, take your time when you create your portfolio, make it awesome because it's about you, it's about them. Okay, they put too much text in, especially on case studies. And recruiters think, do I really need to read all these in order to understand? I had to review some, I have to look on other 20 portfolios today. So how am I going to do that? So you need to make their life easier by bringing up what's most important on that particular case study. Short text, bullets, structured headlines, pictures, metrics through huge typography. Okay, many designers amplify a self centered message, an irrelevant, unique value proposition or unique selling proposition, and they're creating for themselves a lot of trouble. So you have to differentiate yourself, but we're going to talk about in this video about UCPs and UVPs and how to create an effective one. Okay. Okay, I t- we already talked about one, not mentioning the location, where do you live, okay, not listing your services, okay, we talked about it. Let's talk about the HR recruiters. Okay, so what we need to know about these guys. Portfolios that win interviews aren't the most visually stunning, but the clearest and most impactful in delivering your message as a designer. Hey, Word, look who I am and what I can do for you. So hire me. Let's work together. Recruiters scan an average of 10 or 20 portfolios per day, even more. Okay, 30 seconds is the average time spent on a portfolio. Make them stay another 30. Entice them. If they don't understand what you can do and why you matter, they're already on to the next portfolio. 80% of designers focus on aesthetics, not on what problems they have solved. So the project, the results tell a story, okay? Okay, so the first one who decides whether you move forward is the HR recruiter, HR consultant. As John Atoli said, she may open up the door for you to the technical interview, or they close it straight away and no chance for you anymore. So, how do you pass HR? They even they are no technical people, they still look in terms of problem, solution, result that you bring. Be natural. They look up, they analyze your behavior. You're a human being. They are like some psychologists. So it's very good and effective if you don't lie. Okay, be natural, be you. Don't try to be someone else. You will see in an HR interview, because this is the first interview, they analyze yourself, your temper very much in just a second. So this is why you have to mirror them. If they are funny or they make jokes, you can make a joke too. If they are so serious, they had a bad day, don't make jokes. Believe me, it's not gonna work. Okay, be clear. Show in 30 seconds if you can deliver. Tailor your experience to that job description. So read the job description that you are applying to and position it yourself as the solution to that job description, to the problem that they have. Okay, they prioritize culture fit, soft skills for team compatibility. They want to see if you are a good fit for the team. Okay, never falsify your CV. Integrity is non negotiable. Demonstrate business impact, not just design skills. Okay, let's move on. So, how to create a compelling unique selling proposition. But let's see what is a unique selling proposition. It's a clear statement of the unique benefits that you have and you offer to your clients employer, setting you apart from the competition. And you should ask yourself this question: why should we pick you over the others? Okay, that's the question. A big mistake designers make is that their UCPs are very self centered. They talk about how beautiful and passionate they are. For that exist testimonials. So remember, it's not about you, it's about the viewer, the recruiter, the designer, the client, the hiring manager that they are looking at your portfolios. What's in it for them? So, example of generic, boring UCPs that especially junior UX designers write these days, but not only juniors, everybody. So, example of boring. I am a passionate UX designer. I am dedicated. I create intuitive and user-friendly experience. These terms are extremely overused. Imagine that you want to hire a lawyer, okay, and on his website or her website, they tell themselves something like that. They present themselves like, I'm a passionate lawyer, a very dedicated lawyer. You can count on me. No. But what if they told you something like that? In 10 years of experience, no client made prison. Is you see the difference here? It's something else, okay? Believe me, if you're gonna end up with a UCP like that, you're never gonna win an interview, or you will not have even one interview, okay? Take your time, make an inventory of what you have, and write a compelling, unique selling proposition. Don't amplify a self centered message. It's not about you, okay? Okay, so tell what you solved, what you learned. Don't just tell about the design thinking process. Show the results, show the type of clients, but we'll get there. Look, let's analyze a portfolio. Helena, standing. Helena, I'm so sorry. I think you are a great designer. You work at Google Meet, but today we're gonna analyze your portfolio. Sorry. So, hi, I'm Elena, a product designer at Google Meet based in Stockholm. Okay, let's see what works well. Instant authority. The fact that she works on Google Meet creates immediate trust, clear and simple. She says who she is, what she do, and where you work. You see, she is in Stockholm, we know that. Okay, she's a product designer. Okay, and it's easier to remember. It's like an introduction. Let's see what's missing. She doesn't specify her services and not answer, why should I work with you? What problems do you solve? What are you focusing in? What is your vision to the world? Nothing about the business, about the clients, about the results, nothing about the industries. You don't even have a profile picture. It's not a deal breaker not to have a profile picture, but I want to know who is the person. Okay? Look, another example Pratibha. Okay? A product designer at Google. I enjoy creating user centric, delightful, and human experience. Previously at Microsoft and Sprinkle. Okay, instant authority. Google, Microsoft has a photo. We know that she's a real person. The curiosity it is removed. Expertise, by mentioning the words user centric, human experience. We know that she creates product around people because people use our products. What's missing? She doesn't take into account the business perspectives, service offered, differentiating factor, availability, and things like that. Another portfolio. Brandon is a product designer at Cornell University. He has experience shaping emerging trends, scaling visual systems, and cultivating design communities, previously crafting at Roblox, Sophie, and so on. So, instant authority, like the other two, logo has the CV in the header. Very important to have your resume in the header available. About section is very important, but what's missing? He speaks in the third person. Why you do that? It's about you. Why are you talking about yourself on the third person? Okay, nothing about the impact, the business, the problems that he solved. Storytelling, how he sees the world, what challenges he encountered, project and service, nothing. Okay. Okay, if you are a junior and you haven't worked a project in your life, haven't designed a real product, you can say something like that. I'm a junior UX designer and a curious problem solver with 3 years of experience working on 5 successful enterprise products in industries like e-commerce, automotive, cybersecurity. For me, good design means balancing real human needs with measurable outcomes like time on task, completion rate, retention. Why work with me? Because I stand out by combining user empathy with business thinking. I'm ready to help your team build intuitive digital products that people love and that deliver real business impact. Let's work together. So you see the difference. I'm giving context. I'm saying I have 2 years of experience. I worked on 5 products in industries like, for me, good design. This is the secret for me. A call to action, some differentiator factor. Why work with me? Okay, so this hero section is above the fold, and recruiters spend a lot of time reading the first part that gonna draws their attention. So this is the hero part. If it's nothing there and they say, "Hi, I'm Dorin, a UX designer from Romania. I create awesome experience." Boring. I'm boring. Okay, so take your time and create an effective, unique selling proposition. Okay, you can read the other one. I wrote six. One. Look on the third. I may be early in my UX career, but I've already learned that good design starts with listening to users, business needs, and tech constraints. That's how I help build better products, one insight at a time. So you see, I combine. I say that I'm about listening to users, listening to my managers for business needs, listening to stakeholders, and also taking into account the tech constraints that the developer have. Okay, because you cannot build products if you don't know about the technical constraints. If a developer can work in React, CSS with Bootstrap or Tailwind, or if you created a design with a lot of lines and design ornaments that serve no purpose, this is very hard to implement. Okay, but let's start. This is a designer that I mentored a few months ago, and this is what his portfolio looked like when he started. Hello, I'm Honorius, a UX creative hooked on solving real problems with smart and human centered design. 2 years at Cheesecake Co. Okay, Romanian, Euro Frontend, and Nano Lab, and so on. She says that the part of business is missing. So, before, hi, I'm Honorius. After, I'm Honorius, a UX designer who transform complex, challenging challenges. And I want to show you guys how his portfolio is looking right now. Okay, so you see the difference. Hi, I'm Honorius, a UX designer, hooked. Okay, I told him to emphasize these words I've collaborated with. So he says the project positive impact by supporting sustainability, reducing food waste, helping people manage daily costs, and promoting sports and healthy lifestyles. See here the testimonials, his case studies. See, so this is different, and I think it's much more better. But let's continue with our presentation here. Okay, a smash it UVPs. What is that? This is an extremely persuasive and convincing UVP that convinces everyone that you are the best fit for them, the perfect fit. Okay, so a smash it with UVP will make an employer extremely interested in what you have to offer. You see that recruiter over there, you immediately uh, attracted her and you gained her attention. Okay, easy, understandable, of great value. These types of UVP are the hardest to create because it requires time. But once you have one, you can sell yourself in the best possible way. Let's take a look. This is based on me, but I have 15 years of experience. So, in the last 15 years, 7 years, no client has said, I don't get it. That's because I turn complexity into clarity. Hi, I'm Doreen, and I help teams design meaningful experiences that solve real problems, drive business growth, and move projects forward when teams are stuck with complex features. I've seen beautiful interfaces fail because no one wanted to tackle the root issue. And you can design that with uh, an H1 headline, no client has said, I don't get it. And then two paragraphs. And then below the hero section, I've seen beautiful interfaces. You are very creative, okay? You have to wrap this message into an effective message that it's easy to read, easy to scan, and easy to bring clarity uh, to be understandable. So that's you're gonna have right now. Probably you're thinking, how am I going to design to add this unique selling proposition in my hero section? That's a lot of text. It's not gonna look well, but you can wrap it. You can find ways. You are creative. You are the creative one. So take your time and bring clarity. Okay. Talk about. You see, my goal is to was to get hired in a company, and I wrapped this message. I wrote it in a way that gonna differentiate, that gonna express that I know what's going on in the companies nowadays. You see, when teams are stuck with complex features, because that's the reality. A lot of people work on legacy products, old products that are very cluttered with a lot of features in it, and the teams want to add more features because competitors have those features, and these drive a lot of return of investment, a lot of ROI, a lot of money, and I can unstuck those themes and I can lay down all the features based on priority. Okay. So I made this copy around around my objective. Okay. Look, Darko Stanimirov, a great designer. So the metric here, it says 10 years of experience, product designer with over 10 years. Instant authority. Okay. So I help companies grow by delivering value to their users and customers. I create product strategies, conduct research. So you see the services, design innovative solutions, and lead teams through the product development process. Okay, so he combines UX and BA, 10 years of experience, explain well the value he can bring in one sentence. Okay, so help companies, users, customers, product strategies, and this is how I differentiate myself from others. Look how he presented his work. Increase the user base by 42%. These are real metrics. Achieve 5.2x the national conversion rate. Design a platform and grew it to over 2 million users, help increase companies' revenue from 2 to 6. So you see, relevant metrics, trust, results displayed in a headline to make for visibility, show the evidences, demonstrates leadership by recognizing the team. Anna Popescu, I am a strategic product designer with over 15 years of experience. Over the years, I helped, strategic industries and so on. Myself, Romanian UX designer with 70 years of experience. I've led UX efforts for clients in industries like e commerce, network security, software as a service, designing products that increased conversions, reduced cart abandonment, and simplified complex user flows. To me, UX design is all about people and businesses having empathy, asking questions, and knowing your users' pain points are key to success. Okay, so you see, I have a picture with me working. This is something that evokes a co working atmosphere. Okay, you see, I'm working, I'm ready to commit. Okay, nationality, I'm from Romania. I have 17 years of experience. I combine user experience with business analysis. My vision to the world, to me, UX design is all about people. The industries, e-commerce, network, and SaaS. Call to action. Let's discuss your next project. Here at the top, download my CV. Okay? So, this is another one. You can other examples of smash it UVP. So, how do you create an effective UCP? First of all, you have to think about your objective. What do you want to achieve? Working in a company or creating freelance project or both? Okay, what does a company look for in? Read job descriptions, take a screenshot, save them, and before the interview, position it yourself as the solution to their problem in the job description. Okay, speak to them in the language. Combine UX with business, as I told you. Show exactly what you do, services, how you gather information, how you make the research, what are the evidences, how do you communicate. Because an important skill that I never talk in this presentation is that UX designers have to be like a mediator. They have to communicate. Okay. So you have to talk with product owners, you have to talk with developers. Everybody in the team knows something about the product you're designing. That's the world of product development. Okay. So you have to be social, talk with people. Okay. It's a combination of work of a detective, creative, mediator, and you have to 75% of the problems are solved through effective communication. Okay. Sell your services. Show how you benefit, okay? How they can benefit from your work. What type of clients have you worked? Small, medium, what size? In which industries? What kind of products have you created? Even if you don't worked on real projects, but you have some case studies, if you treated these case studies like real world projects, then you have a chance. Believe me. Okay? Storytelling. Say something. What makes you unique? Why you and not others? Your vision. So, in the end, make an inventory of what qualities, skills, capabilities you have. Focus on these, not on your weaknesses. Be positive. Fake it until you make it. So that's it, guys, for today for this presentation, the first video. I hope you enjoy it. And this presentation I will give to you for free. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, share it with others, and I'll see you in the second part where we're gonna talk about portfolios. We will analyze more and we will analyze case studies. Till then, take care. Bye bye and happy designing.